Hello, this is Matthew Robert Payne, and this is going to be a personal prophecy, or what people in the world would call a spiritual reading that a psychic or a clairvoyant would do. I'm a little different to a psychic or a clairvoyant. Uh, I'm a Christian prophet, which is similar, uh, and Christian prophets were all the way through the Bible as as well as diviners and people who did spiritual readings for foreign gods and stuff other than Israel. Um, so that's who I am. That's what I do. I'm doing a playlist for singers, and if you find this spiritual reading on the internet, it'll be part of a playlist, and you can find the playlist and on my playlist section, and you can listen to other spiritual readings of other artists. So, with that as an introduction, I'll just start for Billie Eilish. I don't know how you say her name, Billie Eilish, Billie Eilish. But I'm fascinated with this girl, and I've been following her for about a year. I've watched quite a few interviews with her, and liked one of her songs on having a dream that she jumped off the Golden Gate Bridge, and no one seemed to care about it. So it really touched me. There's very few songs on suicide, and it was a really touching song. So with that as the intro, I don't want to take your time up if you're listening to this. So Billy, I see you as a person with many great ideas. I see that there's a refreshing coming to you, just like a beer is refreshing on a summer's day. It's like a change of atmosphere when you get a beer or you get a cold drink on a hot summer's day. It's refreshing. It's there's something that brought the refreshing. There's a drink that was brought out by a waiter at a nice hotel room like this uh, that you can see here if you're watching this video. So you'd be sitting on one of these stools here, drinking your refreshing drink, and so there's a refreshing coming to your life. I think. I think really seriously, you're going to have an encounter with God and His Holy Spirit, and He's going to bring this cool breeze, this refreshing wind to you. I sense that the Spirit of God is going to start to speak to you and lead your thoughts and give you inspirations and inspire you to write some really helpful songs. Songs that will bring healing to broken people's hearts and bring understanding to people who are confused, and songs that will inspire and will raise up an army of justice warriors in the world, people who will stand up for what's right, stand up for love, stand up for compassion, stand up for understanding, and embracing everyone, embracing all religions, embracing all faiths, embracing a commonhood, like a brotherhood of man, written in Imagine. I encourage you to go and listen to some of John Lennon's songs, especially the songs that he recorded not as a Beatle but as a private singer. And I encourage you to go and listen. I think there's one called John Lennon, which is his first one, I think. Go and listen to the raw honesty in John Lennon, and I feel in a couple of hours listening to his songs, I feel that this Holy Spirit of God will inspire a couple of songs in you to. Um, John went to a therapist, a really good therapist in America. He spent a year with this therapist, and the therapist said that he couldn't help John anymore. He didn't have the time, and he told John to go and write out his pain. And there's a 32-hour audio book that you can listen to on John Lennon. The therapist said John Lennon was in the most pain that he'd ever seen in any of his clients in the history of working as a therapist. And so this guy had seen a lot of people, and no one was in more pain. And I sense that you've seen some pain, and you've certainly seen physical pain when you hear your interviews. But I think you've had emotional pain and stuff, and you're very you've got some darkness in your music, and darkness is sort of representative of inner pain. And I sense as John wrote out his inner pain and his frustrations, it's really raw and real. And I feel if you listen to two or three of his albums, I think there'd be 3 or 4 songs in there that you get inspiration for, and you really help John Lennon's marketplace. I encourage you to play Imagine a couple of times and write a song like Imagine. Uh, just present the same message of that song in another way in the modern context 40 years later. Um, I feel that this refreshing is going to take hold of you, and you don't have to be a Christian for the Holy Spirit to affect you, just as someone doesn't have to be a witch to have a demon affecting them. Someone who's got a demon of rage in them or anger in them, they just need to have a couple of drinks, and they're full of anger and rage, but they're out of control. And it's this element that takes them out of control, which is a demon. It's a spiritual entity in them. And just as a demon can take over a person, the Holy Spirit can influence a person. So you don't have to sign up and be a Christian for the Holy Spirit to be influencing you. And in 1 John in the Bible, it says God is love. And if the Holy Spirit is the Spirit of God, the Holy Spirit will lead you towards love. And I sense that you've got a real future in writing to people's pain and healing broken-hearted people. And I've found as a writer, I've written 58 books. I find as a writer that me just sharing my heart and sharing my pain, sharing my struggles actually helps people. I don't have to give them the solution. I don't have to give them the answer, although my books have a lot of answers in them. I don't have to give them the answer to their pain. Sometimes it's just enough for someone to hear that you've experienced the same thing, the same as your song about jumping off the Golden Bridge in a dream. That really touched me and made me cry a few times. And so people with pain, they just need to hear about it and maybe hear a solution in your song, or how you're feeling towards that, and how you coped with it, or how you got through it, or how you're coping with it. And so I am giving you advice on how to write some songs, but I sense that this refreshing, and I pray that the Holy Spirit would affect your life. I sense that you'll be like a cool drink. You're a girl, I'm not sure if you drink beer, and I don't know if you're even the legal age to drink beer, but a cool beer can be really refreshing on a hot summer's day, and it gets hot in Sydney. And so I feel that not only is this refreshing Holy Spirit going to affect your life, and give you some lighter shades of flowers and brevity, not brevity, fluid sort of thoughts towards positive sort of things. But it not only give answers for people's darkness, so you can write in darkness with a positive spin on it, but not only will it refresh people, but it'll do a refreshing sort of watering of your spirit. And I see progress. I see you're getting involved in a foundation. I can see you uh, like almost. I can see you starting a school uh, for uh, for online learning for some sort of um, idea. I'm not sure what it is, but I know that if you hear this, I know that you understand uh, what the school is going to be about, because you've often thought of maybe doing that, and you may be too busy traveling and doing tours and doing music at the moment. But I sense that this school teaching people a certain thing is going to come from a foundation that you're going to start, and you're going to start some charitable sort of works and do some really positive things. Um, I'm really encouraged with your future. I can see brightness. I can see shining. I can see light, and I know that your music has some really dark themes, and Phineas, your brother, has a lot more my style of music, but that I can never get over that suicide song, and even your song "Good Girls Go to Hell" or whatever that song is. It's really risque, and I can understand that, because a lot of witches are really dark and think that if hell actually exists, there's going to be a party. And so I understand witches. I really love witches. And so witchcraft doesn't scare me, and darkness and Illuminati and all those dark themes don't scare me. It actually attracts me. And I love a bit of power. So I encourage you to do a deep dive into John Lennon. I think there's half an album worth of songs if you listen to him, and especially his songs that he released um, after the Beatles, his songs. And Imagine was co-written by Yoko Ono. A lot of people don't like that. John Lennon used to like to collaborate, and would collaborate when he could, and uh, and I sense that you could write some really nasty lyrics. He says some really nasty things about Christians and church and religion in his songs, and the world needs to be woken up with some honesty, and it's time for some honesty, and you're not afraid of that. I can see real truth coming from you. I can see you becoming a light bearer and directing people towards good themes and honesty and love and transparency. And I really encourage you. I just want to pray for you that the good spirit of God, or another way of saying the universe of love, may envelop you in its love, and you come to a place of refreshing and understanding, and that you may grow in compassion and love and mercy for people. And I bless you. If you see this video, give my love to Phineas, because I love him. I'm going to do a prophecy for him too. Um, if you ever see this, if one of your fans pass it on to you or get in contact with you, I've got contact details in the description tag below. So you can send me an email and say, thank you, this is Billy, thanks for your prophecy. Or you can just write a comment on YouTube, and I check most of my comments. I'm not too busy at the moment. So I check most of my comments and say, this is Billy, thanks for this, or whatever. Or you don't have to get back in contact with me, but I just see this refreshing. I speak forth this refreshing over your life. And I'd love to collaborate and write some songs with you, but I'm sure you're up to it. I just reckon, honestly, it's not my advice. It's intuitively my gift says you'd really find John Lennon had a real way of writing out his pain, and I think that you can do too. So God bless you. And if you watch this and you're a fan of Billy, so give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, press a thumbs down. Please comment, like my channel, and be aware that there's a number of Christian singers that are going to be on a not Christian singers, singers. There's a number of singers that are going to be on a playlist, and you can check that playlist out called Spiritual Readings, Personal Prophecies for Singers, and find another singer that you like and listen to their prophecy. God bless.